Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about some other companies that are coming to the region. Some that we're familiar, our members are familiar with because they've been good stocks unto themselves. Actually, first I wanted to ask you a question. Danny said you had a funny answer for this one, so let me ask this question. He said when you and he were talking last week preparing for this, he asked you what management team you admired that you think would make a good investment, and you can't pick your own. And what was your answer?
I didn't blink. Sea Limited.
And could you please elaborate why?
Sure. So it's an interesting story. So I started looking at Sea because of a strategic shareholder of ours started to show us. Actually, when it was Garena Holdings, it wasn't even Sea Limited, and he was already an investor. And we were watching it, ever since. And then in I think 2018 or 19. Actually, Forrest, which is the CEO of Sea, and their senior team, came to visit us to Argentina. We had a meeting with Marcos and Pedro and all of the management team, and we were very impressed of what they were doing. And I've been following for a while, so I'm a big fan. And I think they are, a very potential winner in that neck of the woods. I would say it's like a Melly a few years back, but with a gaming ecosystem. So super exciting. I think very highly of the management, and I really like the company.
And that's a wonderful answer. And the most popular question right now coming in from our audience relates to Sea Limited. This comes from Theo. Theo says he's heard that Sea Limited might start to break into South America. He said, how will this affect MercadoLibre?
Yeah.
Theo is an investor of MercadoLibre. Should he be worried that our company will be disrupted or impacted?
Good question. So increasingly, I get that question from investors because I think they've invested. They have a gaming app that is very successful in Latin America as well. But I would say at this point, when you look at the service levels that they offer, the type of selection is more geared toward lower ASP items that have long delivery times. So probably Sea is eating more of the lunch of AliExpress, particularly in Brazil. But if you want items shipped fast and free and with deep selection, I think it's important not to underestimate the power of efficient logistics and payments. I think, when we think about the competitive stack in Brazil, I would say we look at Shopee, but it's definitely not the most relevant. And I really like the company, but I think still there's ways to go in terms of what they need to do if they want to win in the country in terms of logistics, scale, selection, and they're just not there. I think they have an interesting business relative to AliExpress, but it's a different user experience and expectation. If you want something that's more expensive than a phone cable or a phone case, and you want it fast with guaranteed purchase, you're probably not going to go to Shopee in Brazil.
Well, and thank you for that. And I hear you. And, obviously the C part of Sea Limited stands for Southeast Asia. And, I would have thought that would be a big enough area for a young upstart company to start thinking that they could be the leader, let alone embarking upon Latin America. But as you say, they're admired. You admire them. It's a great team.